Hey guys, back again with another video. I know it's been a while, I've had a lot going on, but I wanted to jump right back into it with some document reading. I know the last video I think was the reaction to the trailer tour, which was fantastic. Um, but I mean the trailer tour, not necessarily my video. But yeah, I thought I would jump back in with some more content. I've seen there's a lot of new content creators out there, so I thought I'd kind of make a semi comeback and see what I can add to the conversation. Since I left, there's been a lot of new content courtesy of Reborn. So there's a lot more to kind of analyze, a lot more to see, a lot more to know. And yeah, we're going to get into this. I'm just going to continue where I left off with the document analysts. I've not seen too many people doing this. I noticed people do a lot of calls, but not many people do the document. So I thought I'd just run through it myself and see where it takes us. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I'm not going to stay on too long. So yeah, we'll just see what we get up to. So this one we have it's from Bryce. It seems a conversation that Lorne had with Bryce on the American dates. Is it the 4th of May 2017? I think. And the flags was plan change. I don't quite know what that means, but we'll read through and maybe we can figure something out. I believe this one has to do with his internet usage. So apparently, at this point, Probation had got wind of the recordings that end up online. And what's particularly damning about those recordings is that he is drunk in a lot of them. So they are well aware of this. Again, it's kind of nice to know that they are how does one put it, wise to his crap. So yeah, they are. So so just going through with this. So this is interesting. So I think in the previous ones he was actually referred to by name, but outside of the top here with his reference number, where it says here Lorne Armstrong, it refers to him here as S, and then in some of the others as well, they refer to him by different letters. I don't know why that is. It might just be confidentiality, but if his name is up at the top, I don't see why it wouldn't. You can kind of figure it out anyway. But yeah, so that's why I'm going to say S, not Lorne, because that's how they refer to him. So yeah, it looks like this was a telephone call with the offender. So here we go. Conversation with S in reference to the email from PJ. I don't know who PJ is or who that refers to. S was advised that this officer was a USPO shotgun survivor. Oh, okay, so PJ must be Maria's supervisor. Interesting. Okay. And that this officer was concerned about what has been occurring online, as they would be since his original crime happened online and he has access to the internet when at this point he should have no access to the internet at all. He shouldn't be accessing the internet at all, let alone with the monitor already. I don't know if he got the monitor first time around, he just didn't pay for it. But I think at this point, that's interesting actually. When was his last YouTube video? I think it was just before this, I want to say. It was 2017. I actually don't know, and I can't look it up right now. Maybe I'll put it in the comments when his last video was. But I think it was just after or around this time was his last YouTube video. Yeah, I'll have to check up. I'll put it in the comments when it was. Yeah. So again, S was advised. So Lorne was advised that the posting of advised of the posting on YouTube where there was a recording. I can't read. I can't read. It's a bit hard to see as well. Where there was a recording of him appearing under the influence. So yes, they are aware that there are recordings, and they are aware that he is drunk in a lot of those recordings when he's screaming at his fake girlfriends that they need to come and see him, or that they're hanging around the fucking doctor or the fucking therapist or whatever it is. So yeah, they do know that he is drinking when, again, at this point, as we went through with the previous documents, he should not be drinking at all. He shouldn't be drinking at all. So this isn't before where he had like, you can drink some, just don't go too crazy with it. He shouldn't be drinking at all. So yeah, here we go. Lorne maintained, or S maintained, that there was not him on the recording, surprise, surprise, and they may have obtained his voice in some other manner, right? Because these super hackers are like, I don't know, dialing into his phone and just picking up ambient noise and putting together something, or maybe it's deep fake. Maybe it's deep fake, Lorne, and maybe it wasn't really you. But yeah, this guy's lied since 11, so I'm gonna take his word for it. Recording. Yep. So, in another manner, S was advised that his online presence was concerning and that he opens himself up to retaliation based on his responses to individuals posting things about him, which is correct. And this is exactly what Judge Woodcock said to him. Is basically saying, like, the internet's doing you no favors, stay off it, don't worry about what people are saying, just stay off the internet, live your life, which is the best advice anyone's had for a while. And will he take it? Absolutely not, because he, after that, was talking to a robot that he thought was a porn star that lost her voice due to COVID. Okay. Yeah. So he'll never stop being catfished. And as someone I heard they succinctly put it, he's been catfished for at least 20 years that we know of. 20 years of fake relationships. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. And all stemming from the internet. Hey, we get what you deserve, I guess. Here we go. But S was advised that he was prohibited as of this date from accessing the internet. So no internet, full stop. S was further instructed to bring his desktop and cell phone to the probation office on the 5th of May at 11 a.m. S was advised that deleting any information from devices could be determined, and it was also a violation of his CIMP. I think did we figure out what CIMP meant? I forget what it meant, but anyway, CIMP. I think it's just his like release conditions, his probation conditions. So he shouldn't be deleting. Well, we know that he's sending a lot of lewd and lascivious pictures to his fake girlfriends that somehow end up on the internet. I don't know how that happens. Obviously, like the sophisticated CIA hackers got to it, and that he's deleting those, which is not only taking the picture is a violation, but also deleting it is a violation, which I didn't. Well, I mean, it would kind of make sense that it would be, but I didn't think that was like so explicit that taking and then deleting it. I guess you're kind of trying to lie to your probation, so I guess I can see why. But yeah, that's very interesting. That it could be determined as well, which it can actually. So unless you use very sophisticated tools to delete stuff that's on your computer, you can do forensics on a computer or any hard drive, and you can recover data that was already there. Because when you delete something on a computer, it's not usually deleted; it's kind of put into like a space that can be reclaimed later. So it's not usually like deleted from the actual computer. Just some information there. So S stated he understood and agreed that not being on the internet may be beneficial. Interesting. This is Lorne to a T, right? When he's in front of people that's like, hey, you shouldn't do this. He says, I shouldn't do that. I should stop smoking. I should stop drinking. I should stop going over to Tony's. I should stop picking up the phone. And then he agrees at the time. And then what does he do the very next day, or even the same day? He does exactly the same thing as he's been doing the whole time. He'll never change, ever, ever, ever. Which is why we love to talk about him so much. There we go. We discussed at length his situation and how his online presence was not contributing to a healthy lifestyle. Yeah, neither does offline presence, to be honest with you. Have you seen his house? That black mold must be taken over. Terrible. There we go. S reported that he has discussed some of these behaviors in group, and group did not have an issue with him being on YouTube. Okay. S reported that he discussed. Okay. So I think this is Lorne bullshitting again. He's saying that he said to his group. He said he talked to his group about what's been going on, and his group said they don't have an issue with him being on YouTube. I guess they don't have an issue with it. Maybe it's not bullshitting actually. Maybe they don't have an issue because they want to see what's happening next. They're like, I'm not going to cancel my favorite TV show, my favorite YouTube show. No, of course it can go on YouTube. Look, we think it's a healthy outlet, Lorne, and we think that you should be on YouTube and see what that dumbass does next. That's what I reckon. That's the concept. That's the only context I can think of. X was asked how often he is drinking alcohol. As stated, he last drank in March, 29th of March, which is a lie. I can, without even looking up the dates and how long it has been between, he drinks whenever he can. And again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If I was in Lorne's situation, I would probably be permanently intoxicated too. To be perfectly honest with you, his life sucks. So I don't begrudge him drinking. I do begrudge that it is a violation of his probation, and he seems to be getting away with it a lot. But the fact that he wants to remain permanently intoxicated to forget about his shit life, I completely understand. You can call me a bad person for that, but I completely understand why he would want to be absolutely plastered 24/7. Because as soon as he comes back to reality, he's living that terrible shit life. So yeah, I don't begrudge him that at all. To be perfectly honest, where he ingested 6 beers between 1 and 4 p.m. S stated that on average he drinks a 12-pack of beer on the weekend. Okay, so we're doing like Lorne math here. So times that by 2, and then times it by the number of days he's talking about. So times 2. So he put about 24 beers each day, Saturday and Sunday, or whatever his weekend is. I know he's got funky working hours, but whenever he's not working the next day, he's probably doing an 18-pack on his own. And yeah, like over the course of a night. Like, let's be completely honest. Yeah. So 3 times a month. That's pretty much any time he can drink. So this is kind of ridiculous. Eswell advised that his officer will be searching his devices following that. It will set up a meeting between S and USPO Shockman. So looks like the action step from this one is to set up a meeting with Maria. Yeah, so that was an interesting phone call. Thank you, Bryce, for documenting it so thoroughly. And yeah, it just looks like Lorne has been warned time. And this is back in 2017. This is before he went back to prison 2019. So this is just over 2 years before he went back to prison. Which is, it's so you can kind of see the timeline here. You can kind of see the kind of chances they're giving him. Look, we know you did this, you did that. That's fine. Like, well, not that's fine, but obviously it's going to be a mark against him. But we're still going to let you kind of carry on in society. For now, it took 2 years, over 2 years, for them to put him away, and I think a lot of the stuff didn't get into the case. I think there was like 5 counts, and they dropped to about 1 or something like that. I remember hearing like the internet stuff wasn't counted. I don't think the drinking stuff was counted either. I think it was mostly the sex offender class. I think. I could be getting that all wrong. I have to listen to. I think Andrew Burkett and Shin Squala did a bit of a debriefing, and I have to listen to that again. But yeah, that was short and sweet, not as long as my usual ones, but I want to keep it shorter. I think the shorter I keep it, the more videos I'll be able to make. So yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.